All right, class, this is number 25. The directions for this one change. Instead of finding all the infinite amount of answers, now they're saying you have to limit it to 0 to 2 pi. And this is supposed to be a bracket here. This is including 0 and up to 2 pi. I like to do the problems in degrees, so for my answers, they'll be between 0 and 360, not including 360, but including 0. Okay, and again, it does not matter if you use radians or degrees. Either way you want to solve these problems will be fine. Okay, so this is a little bit of a tricky problem. You have to get everything onto the same side in order to solve a problem like this. It's the same thing you would have had to do in algebra. So if I get everything to the same side, I get cosine 3x minus cosine of x equals 0. And then factor, take a cosine out of both of these. So if I take a cosine out of both of these, I'll get cosine of x times cosine squared x minus 1, again equal to 0. So now we're at that point where we can say a times b equals 0. So either a is 0 or either a is 0 or b equals 0, or they both are 0, but at least one of them has to be 0. This one is a little bit easier, so let's start there. Cosine is 0. When does this happen between 0 and 360? Well, we look on our sheet. The first sheet that I gave you, between 0 and 360, it happens at 90 degrees. And it happens again at 270. So it happens twice. It's 0 degrees and 270. This time we're not going to add 360n because we don't care about the infinite amount of answers. We just want to know when it happens between 0 and 360. And this equation is true twice between 0 and 360 at 90 and 270. Okay, the second one would be cosine squared of x minus 1 equals 0. This would mean that cosine squared of x equals 1 by adding 1 to both sides. Okay, and then I got to take the square root. So cosine squared of x equals the square root of 1. And when you do that, remember to add plus or minus whenever you take the square root. So this side becomes cosine of x. This side becomes plus or minus 1. And then we look on our sheet. When does this happen between 0 and 360? Okay, between 0 and 360, it happens at 0. So x equals 0. It also happens at 180. Okay, and if I keep going down further, it happens at 360, but I don't list that one because we want to know including 0, but not including 360, and then every time between that. So here are two answers from this part of the equation, and here are two answers from the other part. So 90, 270, 0, and negative, not negative 180, it should be 180. I don't know why there's a negative sign there. There we go. Okay, these are the 4 times this happens. So if I put any of those angles into this original equation, it would work out and it would be true.